Ever walk into a busy supermarket, take one step inside, and your soul quietly tries to climb back into the car? Trying to look normal, but inside, your brain is going, too many lights, too many people, too many screaming kids, abort mission. And no, it's not just because you're getting older or antisocial. That's the lazy story people tell you. The real story is more interesting. Crowded places don't just annoy you, they hit your nervous system, your sense of self, and the way your brain measures safety. And it's not only the noise and the people. Something deeper is happening underneath. And once you see it, you stop calling yourself weird and start realizing your brain is actually protecting you. So today, we're breaking down 10 psychological truths about people who hate crowded places, especially after your 30s. By the end, you'll understand why your mind reacts the way it does, and you might finally stop apologizing for it. 1. Your brain is high resolution, not too sensitive. When you walk into a crowded place, most people's brains blur things out. Yours zooms in. You don't just hear noise. You hear the squeaky cart, the buzzing light, the baby crying, the off-key music, the argument 3 aisles away. Your nervous system doesn't filter. It absorbs, so your energy drains before anything actually happens. You're not weak. You're running life in high definition, while most people are on low settings. Great for awareness, terrible for crowded supermarkets. If your brain is that sharp, it makes sense that crowds flip your old survival wiring too. 2. Your survival system quietly switches on. For most of human history, big, unpredictable groups meant less control and more risk. Your brain was built to watch for movement, threat, and surprise. Crowded places are a low-key survival test. People rush past, stop suddenly, stand too close, block exits, and move in ways you can't predict. Your mind doesn't shout, "We're in danger." It whispers, "Stay alert. Don't relax yet." That constant guard duty is exhausting. You're not overreacting. Your nervous system is on patrol while you're just trying to buy bread. And when your survival system is humming, your sense of me can quietly slide into the background. 3. Crowds blur your sense of identity. In big groups, you can start feeling less like yourself and more like background footage. Everyone moves fast, talks over each other, blends into one blur. If you're reflective or introspective, that hits hard. You don't just get overstimulated, you feel emotionally diluted. Your inner voice gets quieter while the outside chaos gets louder. That's why you can feel more lonely in a crowded room than alone on your couch. Your body is in the crowd, but yourself feels pushed to the edges. And when you feel that invisible distance, you start craving something crowds almost never give you: real connection. 4. You want connection, not just human scenery. Crowds give you bodies, not bonds. You're surrounded by people, but almost none of them are emotionally connected to you. If you care about deep conversations and honest presence, crowded environments feel emotionally cheap. So many faces, almost no real contact. You can stand shoulder to shoulder with hundreds of people and still feel invisible, not because you hate people, but because in that rush, you can't actually find people. When life starts to feel that shallow and rushed, another part of you speaks up: your boundaries. 5. Your personal space is mental as much as physical. For you, personal space isn't just "don't stand too close." It's "don't crush the little bubble where my thoughts can breathe." In crowded places, that bubble shrinks. Strangers brush past, hover behind you, lean over you, or block your line of sight. Even if no one touches you, your mind feels crowded. That's why you get tense or oddly irritated even when nothing wrong is happening. Your brain is trying to protect an invisible boundary everyone else walks through without noticing. When that boundary gets squeezed, your mind starts guarding something even more precious: your attention. 6. You treat your attention like emotional money. In your 20s, maybe you could throw your energy everywhere and bounce back. After 30, with responsibilities, stress, and a few emotional bruises, your attention gets expensive. In a crowded place, it's pulled in 20 directions: noises, faces, exits, your phone, your thoughts, the person talking to you. It's like trying to pay 50 bills with $1. So your brain does the logical thing. It shuts down non-essential tabs. You go quiet, you withdraw, you mentally check out. Not because you're rude, but because staying on in that chaos would wipe you out. And you're not only sensitive to sound and motion, you're sensitive to feelings. 7. Your emotional radar is way too good. You don't just see people, you sense them. You pick up on tension in couples, frustration in parents, fake smiles, impatience, stress. You read body language before anyone explains what's going on. Now put that radar in a crowd. You're not feeling one emotion. You're feeling the whole room. Excitement, anxiety, irritation, boredom, all layered together. In a small group, that sensitivity is a superpower. In a crowd, it becomes emotional overload. So of course, there's one place that starts to feel sacred to you: your inner world. 8. Your inner world needs more room than crowds can give. You probably think best in calm spaces: quiet mornings, late night drives, an empty room, that one chair where nobody bothers you. That's where your ideas deepen, and your nervous system finally stops bracing for the next surprise. Your inner world is where you process, reflect, and make sense of life. In a crowd, that inner world doesn't disappear. It just gets buried. Noise, movement, and demands pile on top of it until your own thoughts feel far away. Leaving a crowded environment doesn't just feel like escaping. It feels like coming home to yourself. Once you realize how much you value that inner space, you stop trying to be everywhere and start choosing where you actually belong. 9. You're not avoiding life. You're curating it. At some point after 30, you quietly realize, I can't spend my energy everywhere. I have to spend it where it matters. Disliking crowded places doesn't mean you're boring or broken. It means you're selective. You want quality over quantity, depth over noise, real moments over background chaos. You'd rather have one honest evening with someone who truly gets you than 5 loud events where you feel like a ghost in group photos. That's not avoidance. That's wisdom. And there's one last truth that ties everything together. And it's the reason you can finally stop apologizing for who you are. 10. Your discomfort in crowds is a compass, not a flaw. That feeling of, I need to get out of here, isn't your weakness speaking. It's your inner compass saying, I function better somewhere else. Let's go where we can actually be ourselves. So instead of forcing yourself to endure environments that crush your energy, you start using that feeling as information. You choose smaller gatherings over massive events. You go at calmer hours instead of peak times. You step outside for air to reset your nervous system. You let yourself leave when your energy is done, not when you think you've earned the right to go. That isn't quitting. That's self-knowledge in action. You're not someone who can't handle life. You're someone who wants to live it with clarity, presence, and authenticity, not just survive it in a sea of strangers. If you've ever thought, What's wrong with me? Why can't I enjoy this like everyone else? Try a different question. What if nothing is wrong with me, and my mind is just built for depth, not chaos? If this hit home for you, you're not the only one. There are so many people leaving early, sitting near exits, picking the quiet aisle, thinking they're the only strange ones. They're not. You're not. Tell me in the comments, are you team quiet corner or team crowded room? I actually read what you write, and your story might be exactly what someone else needs to see. If you want more psychology and philosophy that actually fits the stage of life you're in now, not just content made for 18-year-old attention spans, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We go deep here, but we keep it real, a little sarcastic, and very human. And if this helped you understand yourself even 1% better, tap like. Not just for the algorithm, okay, a little for the algorithm, but so more people who hate crowded places can finally understand why. You're not difficult. You're designed for a different kind of space.